my name is Zhang or Gianna, or you can just call me Anne for short. I am in grade 11 and currently a part of Trinh School. I am humbled and very honored to be here to be given a chance to attend this Master English program. And so, even though this is my second time talking about this, that doesn't mean that I'm not nervous at all. So, what do we have here? Inequality. There are many examples of inequality around the world. Discuss one example, why is it important, and what can we do about it? Before we dive deeper into this topic, we must know what does inequality means. So, according to the Cambridge Dictionary, inequality means the unfair situation when some people have more opportunities or more money, etc. than other people. Then that actually makes me wonder, so have any of you ever experienced or witnessed somebody in an unfair situation just because of the gender? Okay, so how about have ever the thought of changing your gender ever just crossed your mind because your previous one causes you a lot of difficulties? Okay, last but not least, so have ever you felt sorry for somebody because they have to follow a specific path or act that way, behave that way just because of the gender? Well then, I assume that we are all aware of this cruel and injustice world, yet we kind of still turn a blind eye to them, especially when it comes to gender inequality. Wait, isn't gender inequality is a widely known issue already? Well, yes and no, because if gender inequality is a widely known problem, why is it that up to now, in 2023 to be more specific, it's still happening around us, it's still existing? Well then, from where I stand, I believe that there are still people who are not fully aware that this is a thing, or they just consider them as the ordinary occurrence throughout the daily life. There is a video where Taylor Swift just said about the sexist label in the musical industry. When a man does something, it's strategic, but when a woman does the same thing, it's calculated. A man can only react, while a woman, they are overreact. So, besides those sexist labels, we have parental duties. So, men or fathers, they will get praised, they will get cheered for doing those ordinary parental duties, while the mothers, they are just simply expected to do the same thing, and they even get criticized for having a single motherhood. Okay, how about we consider in promotion or salary, or to be more noticeable, the wage gap, as men are constantly earn more than women. A study has shown that in Vietnam, men earn more than women by 10 to 15% depending on the area that you live. And Healthline, they actually posted a poster giving us some examples. For instance, a dollar man-made is 82 cents for a woman. How about pink tax? Do you guys know what does pink tax mean? Pink tax is basically the tendency referring to those products that marketed towards women to be more expensive than those marketed towards men. There's a poster online giving us some pretty basic examples, like we have razors, body shampoo or conditioner, and all kinds of that stuff. In addition to those points, this one kind of creeps me out, as we women, we don't have that privilege of traveling alone without getting stressed out or getting targeted for sexual harassment or for violence. According to UN Women UK, with a 97% of women, mainly aged from 18 to 24, that they all have been experienced sexual harassment, and with a 75% across Pacific and Asia. So they will blame women for what they wear, how we speak, how we react, while men just can't get a hold of themselves. Oh, I'm not saying that all men. I understand and fully aware that men also get treated the same way as gender inequality applies to both gender. So here are the male's point of view. For the males, they are simply expected to be real men. They receive a different intensity of pressure, like they are not allowed to shed tears or show any weak, vulnerable emotion in front of other people, which means they are less likely to seek for professional help or to talk about their problems with their families and friends. So, what are the consequences? The big major one is suicidal rate. So, according to CamScare, the suicidal rate between males and females, well, basically males are higher than females with a 76%, and those who died by first attempt are all males. I don't know about you guys, but those to me are a high alarming rate. Well, how about femininity? Or as I can say, toxic femininity. You know, back in the days when feminism is all about women fighting for their equal rights so that they can vote, they can study, they can work, so that, they can stand beside men equally. But nowadays, it's all misleading. Feminism is about women being more superior than men, not to stand beside men, but to stand upon them. Which means there are trends on social media, especially on TikTok, where there will all be like, oh, we don't need men, or hashtag kill all men. That's really messed up, right? So there's a video on YouTube made by Mina Lee. It's about 30 minutes video talking about toxic femme and how that goes. So if you want to know more about those, definitely check her out. So the reason why I decided to choose gender inequality as a matter that needed to be discussed more, simply of how ridiculous it is that we get to treat a person or judge a person based on their gender, not to mention their race, their beliefs, and even their background. So, gender inequality. Both gender have their own obstacles, their own difficulties that cannot be easily understood by the other counterpart. So, what can we do here? What we really need is sympathy and understanding. Not so hard, right? We all have eyes, nose, mouth. We have a brain to think and a mind to set. And for the children, the younger generation, they also need to be taught about this. They need to know that treating each other fairly is one of the great ways to create a better, a safer, and a more looking forward to the better future environment. So, we are all humans, so let's act like one. Let's have unity for a better universe. Then, that is all I wanted to say. Thank you so much for listening. Goodbye!